sanctity of the kitchen, away from the battle of the Macreadys up there. It's
Jake, you help yourself to drinks and that. There's whiskey and gin and
Okay,
beer.
Lewis.
Hey, okay, help yourself.
Yeah, thank
wine,
you.
there's wine, everything.
Thank you.
It's quite tough up there. Douglas, as you can see, is quite happy, and he's also out for a fight. Douglas Rambo Macready versus Alistair.
Yeah, so what?
Alistair.
So you'll have to send them over.
Ah, look at the
Here's a Ziploc.
Could you go back there and I'll take another one with
I hate
mine?
it.
I take
And here's Andy with his video camera.
You take Jean?
No, I haven't taken. If they sit down, I'll get another one out.
Andy, stop it. Stop it. You know I hate the camera.
photograph of these.
Oh, don't.
Or is that?
Don't give him ideas. Yeah. I was on a first aid course yesterday.
Well, no,
And
you take it,
they
it's
had a
already
mock
now.
situation set up with a minibus and crash.
No, no, when you push it in
And
again,
they
it
came
turns.
to tell us
So if you push it in, it'll
the
turn the film.
crash. And I got up there.
No, not next to
Andy.
Dad and Alistair, smile.
Andy.
What, do you want any?
I wasn't playing.
Yeah, but you
I wouldn't
finish.
do anything that you were
So
meant
just
to
push
do.
it in.
And afterwards,
Take out the...
I showed it back. Cliff, who was taking the course, said if we were doing a study in group
What are you
dynamics,
kicking?
I was the only one that would have nothing to do with it. Because we were getting videoed, I just stood back and let them go on with it.
You're a spiv. No, I was not a spiv. You're a spiv. You were flogging bloody Jew.
You need big padded overcoats on.
Big head and shoulders, a big kipper tie on. They were like that,
Like
the chain
aunties.
thing. And I wore big boots. You were a spiv after the war, you were selling bloody jewellery. It was worthless. It was worthless jewellery. You were selling it for a tin.
Was it in Copenhagen?
No, McLennan's.
Because that was the head office of the Spiv Jewellery Company.
She gave it to us.
And I was working with this Danish
The original
sculptor,
Harry Line.
and he was
Yeah.
making jewellery, and he gave me a lot of it. And I brought some of it back, and I gave you some, Jordan. I gave you a pair of earrings.
Don't bring me into this business, Alistair, please.
But there's something, I mean, you were sailing close to the wind.
No, I've never sailed. I've sailed right into the wind.
Well, I can remember you telling me that I'm getting in on the ground floor.
And he stayed in the ground floor.
I'm getting in on the ground floor.
I never got through the bloody door. I got one foot in on the ground floor. And I
Oh,
chopped it
I
off.
remember the McLennan. Was it just the one McLennan that came over to Weem Street?
No, two of them. I went there.
I don't know.
When I took one girl, I took all her sisters out as well. Because I was there. What's that other one I signed with?
Don't ask Alistair, I was in a state of shock.
So was that all been back in China?
No, that was down in Vancouver. That was the old lady I helped across the street.
Well, that's fair enough, right? Yeah.
I helped this old lady across the street in Vancouver, and she said, "Where are you from?" I said, "I've just been in Vancouver 3 days." She said, "Have you got a job yet?" I said, "No." She said, "Well, the managing director of Woodward Stores, a friend of mine, she said, I'm going to call him and he'll get you a job." I said, "Don't bother." She said, "Oh yes, you've helped me across it." She phoned him up. I went down there, got a job unpacking China.
Just go eat roast, I love roast.
Apocryphal, that's the one, yeah.
Sound traces of fact. Somewhat distorted.
Exactly. They're all using poetic license.
Well, you feel you didn't have a bad upbringing then? You felt you went...
Hey?
For a Macready upbringing, yeah.
It was all right.
I used to lie in bed with him in that wee room at the top of
Because
the
I've slept with everybody.
And I always remember the window had
I
one of
didn't
these,
sleep with you
I
then.
had one of these steel ratchets on things that you opened up.
Yeah.
You used to, you'd be lying reading Dixon Hawk and I'd be reading from the other side.
Other side of his torch.
No, he was reading Dixon Hawk.
Against the window.
No, he was reading it and I was reading
It's
it.
splash, Andy.
Just put it down.
It's splashing on
It's
the,
okay.
We're so poor we could only have one
on the
book.
screen as well.
Something like
Yeah,
Sexton
it's a
Blake.
small,
so
it's all right.
You know, a small sort of fiction story and a book like
Look
Penny
at it,
Blacks
look
is
at that
used.
lady.
Remember the time we had the bonfire in the back there?
Fine leg.
You earn twice as much as me, but I still pay the same as you.
Yes, I agree that it's
For a
unfair.
third of a flat.
Yes, I do twice as much as you.
So I'm not paying it.
And all these kids from families that
Jane.
can't, so they throw them out there, then out in the street, and nowhere to live because of the poll tax.
What's happened in UK, Sam? Have you had any warrants?
Have you had letters, sir?
We've had a notice for our warrant sales, which we've ignored, and you get about 4 of them.
And then the Isle of Wight. What about, how does that affect?
That's
That's
totally
terrible.
different in England. It's a criminal offence in England.
No, it's not a criminal
It is a criminal offence in England. It's not in Scotland.
There are.
It's not in prison in England.
Don't argue with me.
No, the trouble
Yes.
is,
Oh, you are.
I will pay my
You're
rates.
still getting your, but you haven't paid your rates, as Jean said.
But
But I
there's no
haven't had a
rates don't
demand for
exist now.
rates.
Well, why don't give them
But
the
if you were
equivalent
making a
of your
political
rates?
stance, you didn't agree with poll tax, what you should have done was paid your
The
rates.
equivalent of your rates.
That was the rates that you paid.
I know, but
the
we
year
would
before.
No, but that's not the point.
Nonsense. That's absolutely
No,
nonsense.
it's not nonsense.
It is. There is no process.
You've paid nothing, so you've been using services when you
Jean,
have not paid,
Jean,
and
it's
I've been suffering.
You haven't been suffering at all. You're not going to have to pay it.
have.
But you haven't been suffering.
I have
But
been
there's no
suffering.
process in Strathclyde
I've had
Regional
to do
Council
5
for.
things.
Listen to me. There's no process in Strathclyde Regional Council for payment of rates. So that's why you can't.
You could have sent a
No,
cheque in.
no, they wouldn't have.
No, they're not.
It would have been something.
No,
It's
it,
ridiculous.
But when you say
No.
services, you pay for swimming pools. I can't swim. You pay for a slaughterhouse.
You use, Alan, you're
I
talking
don't go
about...
swimming. Well, okay, if you pay...
What? Have
if
you seen my back midden? There's no cleansing service.
I don't mind paying for
Well, I get my
Wash
rubbish
it.
picked
Jean,
up twice a
Jean.
week.
Well, that's okay.
They're not paying it
Swimming pools and
because it's an
sports
unfair
things.
tax, not because it's more.
But they're
the rates
opting out,
were-
they're not paying any tax to...
Because it's an
there's
unfair
nothing for us
test.
to pay.
But you're reaping the benefit, you're getting the bin men, you're getting all the services that are going on. The
What
streets are getting
services?
swept.
Our streets are middens.
Our services.
Our streets get carcasses lying about in it
The
from
only
the
ones,
Punjabi.
the only services you get are lighting and the bin men, and that doesn't cost you £400 a year.
Education.
You get the Canadian, the
But who?
libraries.
I don't
You're
get
going
it
to be
though.
using the hospital when you
You
have
should.
your
I don't
baby.
mind. You should pay
I'm
for
going
it.
private. I
Are you
am going
going
private.
private?
Yes.
You are not.
You go
I
private
am
in
going
future then.
private.
Private education as well.
No, I'm not having private education.
Oh,
I'm
you don't-
educating my child myself.
I've heard it all.
Unlucky child.
So what have you got against the poll tax then?
It's unfair.
The first year because it was Scotland only and the Tory government had, but this year because it's unfair.
We're all the same. Why is it unfair?
It's unfair.
Is it unfair that David should pay the poll tax?
It
Yes,
depends on.
working.
Well, look,
He's working.
he's
Good job.
working, right?
He
Alan's
uses the
working,
services,
doesn't
uses
have an
services.
income as high as David's. Why should they pay the same? It should be based on income.
So it should be based on a means.
I agree.
We should, in fact, should probably pay treble what we.
I would like to put it forward, I'm against
So you
it.
want
David
that?
Gets taxed.
People in Britain accept things now.
They don't complain and they sit there. Oh, well,
They
I
just
don't
sit
like,
there.
and like that. I'm scared to. If you don't do anything about it, it's people like
What are you
Alan
going
that
to do?
does-
It's going to change it.
I'm not going to change anything.
Technically it will.
It's going to be modified, not because of you,
No,
but because
fair
of
enough.
what's happening in England.
No.
Yeah, I
No,
agree.
of course it's because of it's because of us, all of us.
No, I must admit it's because of
Because of what's happening in England, it's going to be
Well,
changed.
actually, I take my hat off to the English
What's
for the
happening
first
in
time in my life. That
Because
they
they're
make
shut
it
down.
up.
But why didn't they back us up when we were paying it? They were
Because it doesn't affect
what it was going to
them.
be like.
Ah, well, you see, I love it. I love sitting back and watching them.
rates.
I love it. I think it was great when they were all...
Yeah, but the,
Well, as I
we should have still paid
very
rates. We
end
would
of
have
England,
stopped
who complained
paying.
In
about the
England,
ones who
there
were
hadn't
quite
been a
happy?
rates
They
review.
voted Conservative,
Sorry?
so enjoy it.
That's right, and it was due, so we would.
Sorry?
That's why the
Really?
Tories were terrified.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why they went for the poll tax, because they were due a
Here we are,
rates
just-
review.
And all this mad cow disease
Planning over
is
to
just
do.
to stop us thinking about the poll tax.
Here's
It's a conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy by the Tory party so that we forget about the poll tax.
There's
You
Jean,
still
I
eat
think- Jean-
We're still using it in the
I think she's
schools.
quite
Still
council.
beef.
Oh, I still
It's
eat.
quite a large
Thought
whiskey.
so. Aye, so did I. But it's a
We have
conspiracy.
some fun later
So
on,
you
Jean.
did, you stopped for 3 years.
You see, what
That's fine.
people
Still eat beef, do you?
of your generation have got to realise that you've messed things up. At the end of the line, you've really made a mess of things for everyone else. Like the seas are sick,
Yes,
the
your
air is
generation
polluted.
has ruined that you've
And the
handed
thing
on
is,
to us.
and even when you
No.
get told it,
Made
you
a
still
bit of
don't do
mess
anything
of this.
about it,
We've got to clear up the
which is
mess.
sad. Revolution.
and then Dad, you're applying now when we are trying to fix.
Prime Minister and
We're trying to fix what's gone wrong. Dad
Oh, it's
won't
worse
buy
now than it ever was.
ozone-friendly washing up liquid because it's too bloody expensive.
But
It's not all
It's all
rubbish.
rubbish.
Dad,
The ozone.
because
Oh, global warming.
Douglas.
Global warming's rubbish, is it? It's not happening.
why is ozone-free stuff
can't
more
remember
expensive?
Because it's, well, if you looked at
Why?
It's not the summers we're talking about. It doesn't mean, it's not anything to do with the summers. It's the winters.
Yeah, but Jean, is it so much price to pay?
see
Not really.
when
1940.
remember that in
ozone-friendly washing
1970.
up liquid,
It's
environmentally friendly, it's not.
It's
But there's no reason
not about the summers.
No, but it's not. But what can you do? You can either say, well, you can either say, well, I'm not paying 10 pence more because it's too expensive, or you can buy it and do something. Well, fair enough.
because
For the last
ripping
12
Well, I don't really
years,
care. I
everyone
think
increasing
you've got more of
temperature.
Yes,
a.
I can understand the green issue and everything, but they're ripping
No, it's
off
nothing to do with that.
and
You've got a.
There's no reason for it being more expensive.
Well, you've got lights and Procter and Gamble.
These companies taking risks on making this stuff. They have to see how
they're
they're
going to make something
So
biodegradable.
you're into poisoning the
They
seas.
can afford to do that by
What-
giving it a 5p.
I don't
Treat-
see why
You get
should
something
be
like
paying
ours.
for it.
Jeez, starts off
from nowhere.
scratch. Waste of
the more people
space.
that buy it, the more reduce
In order to make it viable, they have to price it
I'm
right.
not prepared to pay more for it.
Gene, that's not very.
Well, that's just
That's not a good point of view to come from a home.
Ian,
What's wrong with
economics.
economics?
Exactly.
Ian's got children who are establishment kids.
Yeah.
They're yuppies. Now they don't worry about poll tax or the ozone or.
I bet they worry about
They've
those.
got,
They do.
they've got BMWs and
I've got BMW.
flats and soda grande and
Oh, they're just jealous, Douglas.
now they're not worried. They're living for today and having a good time. You worry about
No.
ozone.
No,
But
no,
look,
it's
two of his children aren't even living in Britain.
Yeah, but the thing is, Uncle Doug, somebody's got to. You can't just keep going on like
Exactly,
you
you
lot have
can't
done.
just keep throwing it to somebody else.
So what do
and
you do
think
for the
about it.
ozone then?
Well, I can't do anything, but I try as hard as I
You
can.
beer that was made by electricity, which has been.
Well, yeah,
So
but
don't drink the
you
beer
see,
then.
well, you should go to Kampuchea then and live under Pol Pot, who wants to get back to medieval values, which we don't. What we want to do is to make the civilization that we've got as friendly to the earth as possible, and it's not too difficult to do. There's always going to be waste.
So,
What are you doing then towards the
Personally, not very much, but I do as much as I can.
full stop. What are you doing?
He's buying ozone-friendly stuff.
Ozone-friendly material.
Material.
Try to cut down.
Whenever
That's a
I can.
rip-off, isn't it?
I know it's a rip-off, but you still
well,
have to
that's
do
what
it.
I agree with, Dad. It's a rip-off.
Well, you can sit there and
But
say it's a
where's the money
rip-off.
going to where they're ripping you
Well,
off?
Gene,
I
it's
don't
new
care.
companies are forming.
But
making
Gene,
these-
how can a small company who's making an
Something start.
ozone-friendly product battle against someone like Lever,
David.
who's a multi-million organisation,
You
right?
look at
Because-
who's behind these small
Who's
companies.
behind them?
Well, you research
No.
because you will find it's the big companies that are behind them
Right, who's
using a
behind them?
soup name
Who's it?
and they
You
are
get a
charging
big company
you
like
more.
Lever.
They're
Who've
ripping
been
you
pumping
off.
like millions of gallons of stuff
you
into
buy
cans
ozone
per
free.
year. They've suddenly got
No,
to change to
I-
something different.
Well, at the end of the day, Gene, if they are ripping
That's
it
why-
off,
Use aerosols
That's
which
why it's not going to
are
happen.
That's
Why
capitalism
don't
for
you
you.
do it?
I use
But it does
pencil
happen.
which is
That's why it goes up.
biodegradable. But I don't buy
I buy bleach that doesn't affect.
Ecover or whatever it is. I don't buy that.
So who's
Because
behind
the
it
chemicals
then?
are so expensive.
Who's
You don't
who's behind
have
the
to buy
conspiracy?
that.
What is this big conspiracy then?
It's a big
Well, who is
Yeah,
it?
but the thing is,
Capitalism.
Tell me who it is.
Procter and Gamble and Lee.
The Procter & Gamble against what? Are behind what company?
All the small
All
companies
the
that
small
you're talking about.
Art
Procter
is
& Gamble
not.
own them. Is this what you're telling us?
Art doesn't.
How do you know this?
Arc is about
Art came
twice
from
as
scratch.
You don't. It's just nonsense.
No, but what I'm saying.
Don't cry
you
now,
said-
Gene.
No,
Stop
you
crying.
said-
Andy, what I
Procter &
think.
Gamble behind it.
No, what I think you should do is, okay, these are small companies, but I suggest that there's someone
David,
behind them. That's all
remember the
I'm
time
saying.
You're not.
So you've no
said
proof.
it.
No, you
You're
said.
not proof.
What I was
That was
suggesting
just-
to Alan
that
earlier on
was
was that
what-
if you get a product
You're not
like
proof.
Procter & Gamble,
But
you
Andy,
know
you're sitting there with a cigarette. We've had this argument
Listen,
before.
listen.
Yeah, what about
Are you
what
listening?
you're doing to the atmosphere?
I was just
Yes,
saying
I
to
know.
Alan
But
earlier on.
I'm a junkie. Cigarette.
Right, so I'm a junkie with my soap powder.
No, but you're not.
You
You're
smoke
just too mean.
When I fart, I
No,
will
there's a
fart
thought.
again.
But methane's alright.
It's
Imagine
healthy.
if- so it's
You're very
stick
silly.
people
Don't
around.
like it.
no, we're not. You
Yeah,
are
but
silly.
there's only one. You've got to look after you, number one.
Oh, but you said that, not me.
Douglas, that's how war
Do you
started.
have to sort your garbage? Any
No,
of you?
Douglas, you just said to me.
Look after number one.
You just said that was the wrong thing.
There's certain districts where they do now.
That's voluntary.
Make as much money as you can and bugger the lot.
Is it voluntary?
Wednesday,
Is it voluntary?
Wednesday we
No,
put
no,
out
it's
our
mandatory.
newsprint and our blue box, which has cans and plastic
It's
and glass
voluntary.
bottles.
That's well, we should have.
Okay?
That is entirely sensible.
Okay.
Yeah, they had a great time, and we took them all over the place. Finish. Now that they're adults, they don't want to know us. Right?
It's got to know you.
Right? Why? Why?
I think it's actually, I cannot answer doctors for that.
But you, when you see them, tell them.
Oh,
You tell them that you should go up and see your uncles
well, if
and
they-
aunts and.
you can't see.
No, why is that?
Oh,
Does that make it right?
Why do you not go up?
That's
What's
like
wrong?
Dad telling us to go
What's
and
wrong with
visit
us?
you. Would you like it if Dad
Something
told
wrong with
us?
No, Douglas, Alan's lived on the road for a year, and he
He
said,
doesn't come and visit you.
Douglas,
But there's something wrong.
No, there's no.
Douglas, Alan's lived on the road for a year, and he hasn't been here once, right? They live in England.
If they're up here, they come and see us.
Yes.
Well, last time Michael and David got rid of the settlers.
Yeah, they did. I
Colin,
remember.
is that
Last time-
downstairs, Andrew?
Both David
Michael and
and
David
Michael
came up.
were up. I took them
Colin,
camping
we pet.
about 12 years ago.
Did you,
Came up there.
you know the blue bag?
Last time.
Yeah, but
Did
they
you
don't
go into one of the ends and
Michael
there's
doesn't
milk
come
of
up.
magnesia?
He doesn't come to stop.
Did you
He
know
doesn't
that?
come out.
Oh,
I'll go get it
He
for you.
doesn't.
The blue, is it in one of the ends, Andrew?
Yeah.
It's a blue hold-all
Hold
zip
all.
thing, and there's like deodorant and stuff, and there's milk of magnesia.
It's something that rankles,
Is it
isn't it?
rainbow?
Blue.
It rankles.
Douglas.
Why don't they
Blue
come up?
bottle, Jane.
Douglas.
I mean, we're probably like Uncle Sandy and Auntie Katie. They'd probably say, oh, these bloody stupid, you know, hayseeds up in Edinburgh.
Are you
That's why.
taking the...
You know, certain dogs that can't be true because you're not that dog.
Well, it's probably, it
They're not,
probably is.
they're not unintelligent people know that you're not hayseed living there.
Well, I think that's probably
Well,
what they feel.
do they think that people of minimum intelligence that they may have think that's about you?
Douglas.
Say that again, didn't get that.
Do you think these people are, in your opinion, admittedly minimum or just modicum of intelligence, really think that you are hayseed?
Well, I think that's the feeling.
You do, but
I do, I think that's the feeling that you know,
they just don't come to Scotland for a holiday.
Period.
Full stop.
Douglas.
it's a no sort of,
If they did
there's a no
come-
family feeling that, look, we're not that 100-mile,
Well, Douglas, you've not passed on a family feeling.
Douglas,
I'm Ian's uncle,
Yes.
I'm Michael's uncle,
Yes.
I'm David's uncle.
Yes. I'm David's uncle too. And I'm the
Absolutely.
He's up here. Douglas, when did you last go and see Heather? She's your cousin. Ian's children haven't been up
He
here.
told you to say that.
No. When was the last time?
He's told you to say that.
No.
Good point.
She's got multiple sclerosis.
I
She
know
lives
she has, yeah.
60 miles away.
I know,
When was the last
I
time?
know.
And you're saying why don't?
Did you not even stop when you drove down
No,
from Inverness? Well,
no.
hell,
And I think that's more of a point
absolutely.
than his cousin. Than
Ian
his
was in yesterday, we were in a week ago.
dad goes in every week.
Dad goes every week. Andy and I go. We would
I go
try
once
to
a-
And
Christmas.
she's 30 miles away, not the 100 miles, or 200 or 400, she's 30 miles up the road.
Yeah,
An hour's drive,
Yeah.
isn't it?
yeah,
You never go.
I know. I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because I don't like going to hospital.
Oh,
She's in a
Douglas, she
nursing
never
home.
went when she was in Ballinlough. She's only been in hospital 3 months.
I don't like seeing people that are sick.
Oh, backside.
full stop.
Why?
If that's your point.
I've gone to see, every person I've gone to see in hospital has died.
Well, if you visit them, no.
I've gone to see anybody in hospital
Rubs
has died
off.
in hospital.
Well,
So if you're in hospital, don't ask me to come and see you.
Well, that's the easy way out, Douglas.
Fair point, but I don't think that's,
I think it is. I think that's because
I don't think that's.
Heather's in a worse position than any of.
Douglas,
Oh.
Heather
Yeah.
is going to die in hospital. Probably
Yeah.
not before, isn't
But she's normal in her mind. Like she's
Exactly.
so active.
you?
And when you go to see her, it's not like going to see a sick
It's
person.
great. She's brilliant.
It's not. And like I'm not particularly good with sick people, but She's
going to her.
real.
It's a boost.
You're switching it around. That's
No, we're not. You're talking
You
about
said
family responsibilities
You
and
said-
why
talk about
don't we...
responsibility and talk about family affection.
Well, exactly. We're talking about
We're all
family
fond
here.
of Heather.
You said
That's
why-
we
why-
go to see it. We're all fond of Heather, that's why we go to see it.
I quite often drive up, don't I, Dad? It's a great
the
drive
point
up
you
to the
was
hospital.
Douglas, the point you were making was that our cousins do not come up to see us. We do, but on the same hand, we don't go down to see them.
If they
The
were
point-
up here,
yeah.
they'd certainly come and see you.
And if we were down there, we would make.
I've been down in England. Colin's been down in England.
They've come up here, but and the point I was saying is, you don't even.
The only
That's
people who
silly,
go to
isn't
your
it?
funeral
So
go
bloody
just to make
silly.
sure you're dead.
I'll come to yours, Douglas, I can assure you.
I'll be
You'll be in a
there too.
co-op van.
If you're paying for it, Doug, we'll be there.
I'll be there, I'll come from Canada just to make sure you're dead.
No, but if I died and daughter came to funeral, do you think, well, this is silly?
But she wouldn't
I've been
come.
40 years.
She
Why would
come.
She wouldn't come.
No,
Douglas,
that.
Douglas, you've seen our list.
Excuse me, I
40
needed
years
to do
ago.
that.
They've represented
40
Sorry,
years.
Mama.
This all last in 1976.
That's not
But it's
40
better,
years ago.
it's better her to be honest than to come up here and just pretend.
You didn't get on with her mother either.
Stop laughing at yourself.
Your mother.
This is colossal.
She was there.
You're
Oh,
burning
somebody's-
from your navel right up to
The
your
funeral.
throat.
Well, as I was saying, when I went
It's a
there to the
wedding.
time and my mum teamed it for them, all teaming. She
No,
just
but
had a
Joy,
very
she comes over to see us
Yeah.
from Canada.
Joyce likes
That's
that.
why
Once
she's
every 12
I
years.
end up with
Yeah, but we haven't seen Dolly for 40 years.
I don't make any excuses.
No,
to
at once,
she
I hope.
is assaulting.
But do you know about my dream?
Peculiar
Yeah,
ideas.
you had Colin.
I had a
yeah.
baby and it was
Including me.
lovely wee baby.
She must
and
have
an hour
peculiar
later it
ideas
turned
about
out
the
to
family as well.
No,
She tried to shove
With
it
the
back.
weaving
Oh,
it.
God.
When I came over here the last time, I went down and saw Ian and Dorothy, came up with Ian. When Joyce was over 15 years ago, she saw Dorothy. But we don't expect Dorothy to come over to Toronto, is he?
But if we were over,
Oh,
come and
that's
see
the
us.
buzzer.
Yeah, good.
Man and ship.
I think that's food's ready.
I think so, yes.
I knew that would get you.
Looking
That
at
was
there,
unfair.
is that again?
The car that we
Down the crack.
That was originally.
We've got loads of that at home.
Not corner, crack corner.
They've got cracked corners that you can't down to bedroom. It's like the whole front of the house is going to fall off.
Do you feel,
Well, let's delve into your check.
Yeah.
do you
let's
feel,
give you-
What happened to you when you left school? Well, what decided you to go into the civil service? Let's have the story.
My
of
father-
your life. You left school when you were what?
when I was 18, 17,
And you
Yes,
decided the
with a
civil
Now when you go back,
brilliant
let me
clutch
tell
of hires.
you.
You're hired.
A clutch of hires. Have you ever heard that expression? A clutch of hires.
4 hires, right? What
It's
did you
hardly
do
a
then?
clutch when our boys here have got 8 apiece.
I got 1 goal.
Well, they've got 5 each.
3 lowers.
Just make it over.
Lowers.
That's an interesting
And
one.
then when I was 18, I was torn from mother's bosom.
What for you disqualified from enjoying
I was
yourself?
torn from mother's bosom and sent to Malaya.
where they
Which
were
is-
fighting the
Yeah,
common.
where's Alan?
Here.
When I was 4 years younger than you,
He was in the education corps too.
And you hated it,
no,
didn't you?
I was sent to Malaya.
And you hated it.
I was 18.
Well, you didn't
Oh,
know,
you
did
didn't.
The time you went to university, I was
Well, you
taken
didn't
away
have
to. I didn't have to go.
No.
Well, you didn't. You said you were taken. You didn't go for your own free will.
Well, if I said I wouldn't go, what'd they do with me?
Conscientious
In jail, right?
But he wasn't a fighting man.
Well, better in jail than in the
I was
layer.
the SAS.
He was a
Come here.
he was a sergeant in the education
That
corps.
was the badge I had.
What?
He had to
Badge.
write letters for soldiers who couldn't
Badge
write.
was education corps, but I was dropped into the jungle.
By
Do
mistake.
you have a gen-
With the leeches
With
and
a
Johnny Rubbish
jotter and
now.
5 pencils.
And they would stick you.
Have you heard of General Sir General Kimberlin?
Yes, I've heard of
So
those.
I went out with him.
You
Same
did.
time.
Was he a good kisser?
He was sent out
They
to
dropped in the
Scotland.
jungle with 5 jotters, 5 pencils.
Then Then seconded to the Malay regiment to teach mathematics in Malay. To teach mathematics in Malay language. I did that. I learned Malay in 3 months. And there was 3,000 passed the course and I was second.
You improved then, eh?
So I taught Malay, maths in Malay.
To who?
To Malay soldiers.
Why do they want to know maths?
That's a lot of help, eh?
Could they speak English? Were they?
No, they couldn't. I said teach it in Malay.
You were teaching them English maths before they could speak English.
No, you don't get English
They
maths.
couldn't speak English, so I spoke to them in Malay.
Yes, but they have to know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Give us a sentence.
They just have it in Malay.
Malay language.
So you were teaching
That's right.
them in Malay.
Malay.
Give us a sentence in Malay then.
Check up Bagabaloo.
Could be anything. Does that mean do you pay a
Turn
full time?
Mensaya.
What does that mean?
Verstubel. Count up to 10, Malay.
The stubble, is that like the hallway at the front?
Go on, Douglas, up to 10.
Oh dear. What does it mean then?
It means Terima is thank you.
What?
Terima kasih.
Who's Terima Cassie?
That's thank you.
It means how much,
And,
Missy?
I was really in love. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep.
I didn't realise this was his romantic day.
I know.
I got the wrong McCready, obviously.
And I remember she said she was seeing me in, but she wanted to see me. She was seeing him in the film, but to see me she had to come to Edinburgh, so went to Edinburgh and we saw the Lanes of Ranchapur. Remember that film?
No.
Richard Burton?
You interpreted the book.
Right, Dan, don't try it.
I remember the original film.
Then, about 6 months later, she said to me, "It's over."
Why, what was the reason? She just...
I wish I'd got.
Well, I was a CO in the civil service,
She wasn't good enough for you.
and he had qualified
Oh,
as
he
an
wasn't good
architect.
enough for her.
Oh, well, there was no competition.
No competition whatsoever.
She lived in a prefab in Townhall Road, and her mother was a female labourer in the dockyard.
She was ambitious, obviously.
And she thought, well, if I marry a CO in the civil service, I'll end up in a prefab in Townhall Road. If I marry Ian Oliver, who's an architect, I might get something better.
She's told you this, and
She
you're
told me that, although
delusional.
she
This
still,
is
she
what
said
she
she
felt.
still loved me.
Rubbish.
She did. So I phoned her up.
She threw up.
No, she didn't know.
I said, who's that? It was Ian that answered the phone. Well, man, I said, is Moira there? She says, yes, I put her on. So I said, hello, Moira.
Butterflies.
I said, remember me? I said, it's Douglas McCready.
Then she threw up.
She says, oh, that wee laddie from the south. Somebody had been carrying a torch for 30 years and she couldn't remember me. So I said, I chatted away and I said, well, I think, I think maybe you and to get together for a drink. She says,
Not for something.
I said, do you think, you like it? She knew I didn't think that's a good idea.
So that was his hopes. Anyway.
Exactly.
You should try. It was
So
good.
the secret is that you never phoned.
But I did phone her.
But yeah, well, you shouldn't have.
So do you feel
Why
worse
not?
now? Do
Well,
you
she
now you
has.
don't? I mean, do you? Is that?
Oh, when we parted, she said she still loved me.
I know, but...
Well, it's fun.
No,
isn't
what
it?
did you say? Well,
No, that's just something.
but you're aware she'll be a little fat,
I'll
grey
still
headed
spend
lady.
half an hour every week sitting outside her house. I might get carried
Have you seen her? No?
I haven't seen her, I don't know what she looks like.
Probably fat.
No,
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, fat.
They never ask you
yeah.
remember them.
Eh?
You should
Yeah.
never meet your heroes or anybody you look up to.
You never go back.
Yeah.
And nothing lasts forever.
You never go back.
She's probably got varicose veins as well.
Well, she certainly wouldn't be as well preserved as Farley's.
Preserved, I like that.
What part are you playing in this, Val?
Ah, please.
Yeah,
She sits back.